Hi guys, today instead of building a simple game, we're going to be building a simple menu for the game. I came across this game called Thief, and I quite liked the arrangement of menu in the game. And so today we're going to be building something similar. Obviously we don't intend to plagiarize, leave alone commercial use. Just for educational purposes. Besides, we're going to be aiming for something similar and not the exact effect. Um, I've also got a wallpaper from the game, which we're going to be using as sort of background to our application, as if it was a sort of main menu from the game. Alright, so first thing, open your Eclipse, then copy that file, which is going to be our wallpaper. So it doesn't have to be this exact same file, just find something off the internet which is greater than 800 by 600 image. So copy that, open your tutorial project, then go to, actually right click on the tutorial, on the project, right click and new folder. Type res, as for resources. Finish, then create a folder within resources and name it images. So this is where we'll be storing our images for future tutorials and this particular tutorial as well. You can either copy and paste it, or you can just drag it here and then click OK. It should state copy files. So now we have our file, which is thief .jpeg. We'll create a package for this tutorial. So right click on the source folder and then name it com, your username, and then tutorial4. Now we're going to create a class. This is going to be everything in the single class. Just name it game menu demo. As you can see, I already created, prepared everything before the actual recording. So I'm going to copy that all. Copy all of that and then paste it here, then comment it out so that I don't have to type everything manually. If we just scroll down. So this is pretty much what you have at the moment on your screen. First thing we need to do is write extends application, because we'll be using JavaFX toolkit. Move your mouse over application and then import javafx.application. And now add unimplemented methods. So we'll create our start method. Now we need an entry point, so public static void main, as always, and launch our application. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is load this image over here and put it as our background. We're going to create a root. It's always a root node. It's going to be a pane. Just import it. Set preferred size 800 and 600. And now we're going to load an image. So image img new image. which takes an input stream. So first of all, we need to create an input stream from the file. Import java.io, input output. Now, when we deal with files, we usually go to files. So files class to do things like reading in, writing out, and things like that. So new input stream paths.get, and here we type what we actually need to get. So the location of the file, resources, images, and name of the file, which is thief_pg.jpg. And we don't need options. So this gives us a Java representation of a file, and then files.newInputStream retrieves the input stream from that file, and then assigns it to our input stream here. Now we can pass that input stream to an image, and image will be created from that input stream, so from that file. Now, once we've done our things with input stream, we need to close it so that other programs or even your own program can have access later on to that resource, because otherwise it will be blocked. Right, now we need to create an image view which takes in an image. Again, we need to import that as well. And we're just gonna get children and add all image view. So this will create, this will load in an image and then display it as an image view, and we'll just attach it to the root node. Finally, we need to create a scene. New scene with a root node. Import that. So we already have primer stage, so we're just gonna set our scene. And finally display it. Let's try that. Yep, as you can see now we have a window and with an image in it as a background image. Now what I need to do is resize that image. So image view set fit width 800 because of our window width. Image view set fit height 600. So this will resize your image to your window, to fit your window. Right, what else? So we're done that part. Alright, let's design our menu then. First we start off with a menu button. Of course there are JavaFX sort of default menus and buttons, but they have rather business look, and when we're designing a game application, we'd rather want to have it sort of custom look. Private static class menu button extends stack pane. So stack pane is like a pane when one thing is on the other thing, like in a stack. So because as we can see from the image, we have sort of background and then this text on the background. So it's like if this is the 0th element of the stack, this is the element number 1 on top of it. So we're going to be using stack pane for that. I'm just gonna leave it here as a reference. Private text, so we need to have text for the button. Public menu button constructor. Constructor will take a string, which is the name of the button. So import JavaFX scene text. So what else do we have? Just kind of copy everything and then put it here. Now just uncomment one line and then I'll tell you what that line does. So text set font, we're setting font, we're getting the font that this particular text node uses, and then we're just increasing it to 20. I couldn't be bothered to find the actual font they use there, so this could be as, you can do it as a sort of extension for this program. So this underneath the text is rectangle, and this rectangle, yep, let's import the rectangle. I'm assuming this is something like 200, maybe even more, probably 250. And as you can see, it's sort of see-through. So to get that effect, we need to use an opacity value of 0.5 to 0.7, because if you put a 1, then it's solid. 0 is completely invisible. So 0.5.6, I think, is the right value. And we need to import color as well, JavaFX scene paint. And this is the sort of black color. We're also gonna add the effect of blur. So just first of all import that, and we don't actually need this, just gonna use it directly. Again, you can play with these values. I just chose them arbitrarily, so right, so this really should go over there. So originally text is white, and then when we move over our mouse over the actual button, the text goes to black, and this is the thing we'll do it as well. And now for the actual stack pane. So this is where we add stuff to it. First of all, set alignment position center left, because it sort of is aligned to the left, and this is what we do here. And it is also, if you look at it, it's not sort of at 0 degrees, it's a little bit tilted, I think. So we're gonna set a rotate. All right, now these are mouse inputs, so it's gonna. And then finally, get children add all background first. So this is going to be like the background, and then we add text over the background. Then set mouse entered. So you don't have to use this keyword, it just makes it easier when you type it, this and then dot, and then Eclipse gives you all the possible methods and fields. So set on mouse entered, which means that if you move your mouse over any parts of that stack pane, which is background and text, it will translate the background and text by 10 units to the right, so it's plus 10. Translate X means that move the element this number of units in the X direction. In X direction is this one, horizontal. So as you can see, when you sort of select this, this element goes slightly to the right, and this is what we're gonna emulate. And finally, set fill, which is basically set color. So background becomes white and text becomes black. And now we need to revert that effect when we have exited with our mouse the area. So set and mouse exit. Background set translate back to 0, text back to 0 as well, and then colors, we just switch them. Finally, we need to create a sort of drop shadow with a glow effect, JavaFX, and import glow as well. So this is like our way of telling the user that they have clicked the element of the menu. Set and mouse pressed takes an event, and when this event happens, set effect drop, and drop is our drop shadow. This is radius 50 and color white. And set on mouse released. By setting effect to null, we're basically removing the effect. So this is our menu button. Now we need to. Oh, we've done that. Okay, I'm gonna do game menu. We need to import parent as well. So parent in JavaFX is like a node that can contain children. So this is what we really need, because we're going to be containing several menus within the actual game menu. All right, this is our constructor, and no argument constructor, takes nothing. We're gonna arrange, so we've designed our one menu button. Now we need to create more of them, and then design the actual menu. So we're gonna contain everything in a vertical box, which is a V box, which we also need to import. The value of 15 means the difference, the distance between two elements. We might want to use something smaller, like 10. Now we are translating those menu 1, menu 0, and menu 1. So menu 0 is like the main menu you see when you press escape. And menu 1 is like a sub-menu of one of the elements. You can create as many menus as you want. So menu 0 set translate X and set translate Y. So like 100 units in X direction and then 200 units in Y direction. This offset value is something I've been playing with to sort of create an animation effect. You'll see this later. First of all, we need to create our buttons for the menu. So we've created our menu button type. Now we can use it. Menu button, button resume. Then you pass the name as a string, as a name of that button, which goes here and then creates a text node. And then button resume on mouse clicked takes an event. Because it's a resume, we will create an animation for it as well. So fade transition. We need to import duration as well. The duration is here, javafx.util.duration. Actually, I won't do this for now. We'll do that later. I just want to show you the what it actually looks like. So we're just going to create our buttons and then don't worry about those for now. So we've created our button resume, button options, and finally button exit. And these are next menus buttons. So first of all, we do this. So menu 0 is our main menu. Get children, and it is of type vertical box. So like this here. So get children, add all, button resume, button options, and button exit. Finally, we need to have a background to the game menu itself. Again, rectangle with width and height of our window, color gray and opacity of 0.4. So it is see-through as well. And finally, because we've extended parent, we can also add children to it. So get children, add all, background, and then menu 0 as our main menu. And we'll do a second menu after this sort of small demo. So where's our root node? And there it is. Get children. We'll create our menu here, game menu. Game menu, new game menu. And then add that to the root. So this is our image, the background image, and then we've added our game menu. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, as you can see, this is the menu that we've just created. It does nothing because we haven't put anything in there, except for the exit button, I think. Exit, yeah. When you click on the exit button, it goes system.exit, so it exits. And when you click on it, you have this glow effect, which we added a while ago. That one. Drop shadow. So this is kind of similar, and I think this is the sort of effect we've been aiming at. Right now, let's implement all of those buttons. First, we're going to create another menu, which is going to be submenu of options. Because resume will resume the game and exit will exit the game. So they can't really have submenus. So we just created two more menu buttons, sound and video, which do nothing. And uncomment that. So we're gonna add everything to menu 1 now. Get children, add all button back. So which moves menus around so you can go back to your previous menu. Sound and video, which do nothing. So we'll first translate X of menu 1, which is our submenu. So this is going to appear somewhere outside the screen. We'll also make it invisible, so that you cannot see both of the menus at the same time. And now what we're going to do, yeah, actually, there's one step skipped, I think. Yeah, this one. We need to add a way of opening the menu. So if we run this now, you won't. Yeah, so the menu opens straight away, which we don't want. We want to be able to access the menu using key like escape. So we're going to use scene for that. So scene set on key pressed. So whenever there is a key press event and you need to get key code, again we need to import key code first. So import JavaFX scene and input. So scene set on key pressed. If event get code, which is the code for the event that occurred on key press, if it equals key code escape, so basically you're saying if the user pressed the escape key, and then we do a small check. If the game menu is not visible, then create a fade transition. Fade transition is an animation, so basically all transitions are animations with duration of 0.5 seconds, and the node to use transition on is our game menu. Set value from 0 to 1, so it will change opacity of that of this node game menu from 0 to 1 while it is being animated over 0.5 seconds. Then set visible true because it was invisible first, so we need to actually set it visible true first so that the user can actually see the menu. Otherwise, changing opacity won't do anything because it will be invisible. And we play the animation. So in order to do this, when the game starts, we just make set visible false to menu, so the menu will not be visible from the start. This else means that the game menu is visible, so we're going to hide it. Again, fade transition, duration of 0.5 seconds, same node, but instead of going from 0 to 1, we now go from 1 to 0. And when the animation finished, we set visible to false of our game menu so that it's not visible. Then we play the animation. So when we start the game or our application, we don't have a menu, and then when we press escape, we see sort of a transition, which is our fade transition to our game menu. And if you press escape again, you're transition back basically. Alright, now we're going to do resume as well. So resume basically will do the similar thing, actually exactly the same thing as our. So if you press escape, you'll go back to your game, and same thing with the button resume. Again, fade transition 0.5 seconds. Instead of using game menu, we use this because this is the game menu, and this is the instance of the game menu we're working with. Set from value 1 to 0, and when the event, when the transition finishes, we'll just say set visible false. remember we're doing it on menu, so the game menu will be invisible. Resume, escape, resume. Finally, we're going to implement the rest of the buttons. So when we hit options, you remember that submenu, menu 1, we haven't added it to the number of children, just menu 0, which is the main menu. But we're going to add menu 1 here, which will make menu 1 visible now. So what we're going to do is sort of an animation translate transition. So it will appear like it's moving. Again, we need to import this as well. So translate transition, again, it takes the duration of the transition, which is 0.25 seconds. And it takes the node on which to operate. And this is going to be our main menu. So the one you saw before, resume, options, and exit. We want it to slide sort of to the left outside of the screen. So we're setting 2x. We don't need to set from because we already know where it is located. We're just setting it 2x. Get translate. This will give you the x value of where menu is currently, minus the offset, and offset is 400. Again, you can play with these values if you want. And after removing this, we also need to move our second menu to the place of our first menu. So translate transition 1, again, but with a bit more in duration, so it's twice as much, 0.5 seconds. We're operating on menu 1 node, which is our submenu. And set 2x, we set the previous value of menu 0. So basically where it was. We play both the animations. And when the animation is finished, so when the first animation finished, the one that it's working with main menu, so it goes to the left. When it's finished going to the left, just remove it from the children list, so it's not displayed anymore. All right, let's see that happen. So we press escape to open our menu. We click options, and then we see this sliding of 2 menus. So this is our second menu or sub menu, and which buttons do nothing at the moment. We're gonna fix that. And actually, it's the last thing we're gonna do. So again, the same thing. We add main menu to the children list again, because we removed it once we moved it the whole thing. We create translate transition, which will move our current menu, which is our sub menu, to the right because of the offset. And menu get translate x basically gives us the x where it was. And we move our main menu back to where it was, or where the sub menu was actually. And we play them. Finally, when the first animation is finished, which is the one moving the sub menu to the right, we remove that from the children's list. So basically we're doing almost everything what we did in the options, just in the backwards fashion. And if we run this, we got ourselves a nice menu. So resume gives us goes back to game. Options gives us the sub menu. So sound, video do nothing, but back will move back to the main menu. So you get this nice transition between menus. And of course, if you want to add more, you can easily modify to have more menus and sort of add some relevant functions to the buttons. So like sound, I don't know, maybe the volume, in video, like resolution, for example, the window. You can do resolution of the window easily. So you can do that to modify the application. And that's it really for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and yep, bye.